Hi, this is Tom with Dreamland Models. Thanks for buying Monto Convention Center. This product is really large, been a year in the making, and there's so many parts that couldn't be displayed on the page. So if either you bought it already or you're looking to buy it, this tutorial should help you make that decision or to be able to figure out what to do with the product. First, go to your content library. So go to DAZ Studio Formats, right click, add a base directory, which is Monteverchi Convention Center. Select that, and you'll see all the subfolders under Environments and under Architecture, Monteverchi Convention Center, and here's all the props that come with the product. Quite a few here. As you will see in the promos, there are some sheets that show all the props in there, so I'm not going to go into all that detail. There are also scene subsets here. This loads the stage, drop ceiling, theater seating, lobby, all the things that would be for a concert theater. We have here the convention center with the stage. As you can see, there's several seats there. As you can see, there are several tables with chairs around them. They're all instances, which means that there's no geometry for all the tables you're seeing there except for one table and 8 chairs. We have a fashion show here that shows the runway with the stage. Lighting for the runway itself, there's a separate lighting prop that moves up and down, has dials to control all the spotlights. And the lobby posters, movie theater, if you want to just load that by itself with the building. And here's also a concert stand. Then just a bunch of different configurations for tables and chairs for different scenarios. All the lobby props loaded at one time. And theater seating only, which is comprised of, I think, 3,500 seats that are all instances of one seat in the top right corner. And then all the trash cans located throughout the building there. We also have cameras. They're broken down in the convention center. There's many cameras there. Take you around the building, which is, I believe, 200 by 400 foot long. And then we have theater lights or theater cameras that take you down the stairs, down the hallway, out into the lobby, seating up in the seats looking down at the stage. There's also a stage wall in the theater that can be hidden to allow for the full-blown stage to be loaded, that has all the swinging lights and curtains and all that good stuff. I also have under lighting, it's broken down in the convention center. There's catwalk lights, which refer to the lights up in these areas here, up in the attic. Those are controls for the brightness on those. The ceiling attic main, up in the ceiling, the material, the painted ceiling just above the rafters is also on a emissive surface that can serve as a light if you want to simplify your lighting and to get a good overall even lighting. Then same thing with the lobby lights, drop ceiling lights, which is they have fluorescent lights hanging from it. The lights move up and down, can hide different sections of them. Those are all powered here. All emissive lights in this product. There are no spotlights or pinpoint lights or any of that in here. It's all emissive. The convention center, that is a control all of them. Then each section, like the east inner and the east outer rows of lights, have their own separate brightness controls. You can change and hide the You can hide the aimers. Let me put the building in here just so you can see what I'm talking about. There's Convention Center. As you can see there in the background there's a representation of the beam of lights, of how you can aim the lights. To make it easier for you to see those, I'll go back to Spotlights All and change them to Aimers Blue. Now you can really see them, and the effects that will take place once you start using the controls for this building. There's many controls for the building itself. So each one of these sections of lights is, let's see if I can show you a little better. As you can see, they're in rows. I'm not sure which these are. These, I think, are the east inner row. And each one of the lights, if you click on them, has controls to swing them by themselves, individually. And they also can be turned, so you can aim them in the building. The turn controls ramp way down, so you can get pretty accurate if you want to aim it on a specific table or onto a character in the scene. You can swing them and then turn them each individually. So, which is pretty handy. And then, so each one of these sections controls them all. Then there's also wall fixtures that you can see here, barely in the background. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's two different types of lights for the walls. One's kind of an old-fashioned. Let me hide those aimers. You can hide them as well, so they're not blocking your view. Also, the aimers have a smoke surface, which is used as subsurface scattering to simulate smoke in the beam of light. Or if you don't like that look, you can just turn the aimers off, and then they won't show up in your renders. It would just be where the light affects or wherever it hit. It'll turn it off and hide it. So there's several of these types of controls. Okay, for the stage, there's the front lights, the back lights, behind the curtains, lights for the stairways on each end of the stage, and then also to control the wall figures, which you were just looking at here. These represent either one of them just in the values on the wall for the stage. Theater lights, there's ceiling lights that control how much brightness there is coming out of those ceiling panels, as you can see there. The hallway lights, obvious. Lobby lights. There's lights around the cabinets in the lobby that have, like you see there in the yellow. And then step lights for the theater itself, going up into the seating areas. You can see there's the seats. And then there are several different materials here. Factory defaults for each one of the different sections here: convention center, theater, stage. Some of these are property presets because they hide and show things as well. There's the stage itself. Here's the round table and chairs. Casework for the entire building. Changes if it's painted. You can have these different kinds of paints, or you can have wooden casework, which is all mapped accordingly. Or you can go down, which we'll get to in a second here, and add individually to the different parts if you want to. Door details, this refers to the entry doors, which there are some 20-foot tall ones, so you can bring a sailboat into this building if you like. Or the smaller ones like you see in the representation there, the hide and show those little curve shapes, the materials on all the different parts of the doors. As you can see, there's different hide shows that change all the subparts. It doesn't affect the casework, which is the door trim, the door frame itself. Floors, both its entry, lobby, and interior. The exterior of this building is very simple. not meant really for exterior shots, just so you can have something in the foreground. There's a floor that extends beyond it all. There's controls or paints for different types of surfaces on the folding chair. For these with the door hardware, you got 5 different choices there. The round table, there's several types of tablecloth materials, save as the table itself, if you wanted to hide the cloth, which there is a pose for that at this point. And entry ropes, there's a prop, well, you can see it there. There's a prop that has, ropes like you see in a movie theater. Load and move them around, whatever you want to do. There's different choices there. For the runway, for the fashion show, many kinds of floors, as well as the band on top of the floor has a emissive light in it. You can turn that on and off. And there's also the different types of curtains around the bottom of the runways, 5 different colors. Make your own colors if you want, just change the base color. Casework painted for the stage. See, each one of these sections is broken down into the main part that it would cover, like the convention center, the stage, and then theater. So as you can see, this is a rather extensive product. There are endless, seemingly, this has taken me a better part of a year to build. The facade for the stage, you can change the overall color scheme there. Stage floor, you can make the floor different. The theater, seat colors, it's pretty much stayed with the same colors throughout the whole thing, so you can keep the theme there. As well as the theater structure itself, which refers to the flooring and the railing. Doesn't affect the seats, because they got the theater and seats, which are preset hierarchical materials, which means that they are, if they're a part of a group, hierarchy group, then the material will apply to everything. And then scene subsets, we already saw about all that. And then shader presets, there's flat wall paints you can apply to the walls or anything you want. Individual floors you can apply pretty much to the building itself. The runway and the stage floor are mapped differently, so these really wouldn't work there. These are mainly built just for the building itself. You got glossy trim. If you want to have, apply individual colors to different sections, you can have a purple door or white trim if you want, or however you want to do. Metals, just different kinds of metals you might want to apply, and individual woods to the areas that are mapped for wood. So that covers pretty much everything in the materials and lighting, just to give you a little better overview of this product.